Hello and welcome to hankgames without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Today taking on Bristol Rovers, a team that's been around for a long time. And today is going to lose to AFC Wimbledon. A team that has also been around a long time, but did have a brief interruption there where the FA tried to say that our existence was not in the wider interest of football. But here we are in the Football League anyway, with DFDBA on the back of our shorts. We're starting our Montserratian International up front, as well as Autobiolock and Fenwa, and a motley crew of midfielders in an attempt to try to get through another game. And we've got Shea LaBeouf in the back. He gave a brief team talk before the game, Meredith. You know what he said? Just do it!
Just do it!
You've never seen that video? I was kind of hoping that you could splice in Shea LaBeouf actually saying, just do it. Actually, could you? Thank you. And then every time he makes a save, we could have him say, just do it. For the rest of all time. People will stop watching the videos, but I'll be amused. Today's topic comes from a Project for Awesome donor named Burke. Thank you for donating to the Project for Awesome. He said, I'd love to hear John's thoughts and experiences on taking chances or risks in careers and in life. When should you play it safe? And when should you pursue your dreams, even when you're not sure of the outcome? I've talked about this in various ways over the years. I mean, the first thing that I'd say is that it's really easy for you to take risk. It's really easy for me to take risk now, right? Because I have lots of different kinds of security that I didn't have before. And this is one of the sort of like unspoken advantages or privileges of both, of success or wealth or whatever, is that you are able to take risks that you couldn't otherwise take. And that allows you to be successful. Get there, Lyle Taylor! Oh my God, Lyle Taylor! You're better than that. I also like the person who said that we should call Lyle Taylor Lames Taylor after James Taylor. And then I should sing You've Got a Friend, which I can't sing. But then again, to be fair, I also can't sing any of the songs I do sing when we score. So, so it's like I look back, for instance, Hank and I, the only big risk that ever felt like a risk to me that I've taken is VidCon. When Hank and I did the first VidCon, our houses were essentially up against the conference, and that was very scary. But even that, we wouldn't have been able to take on that risk if we hadn't had equity in our houses. We wouldn't have been able to take on that risk if we hadn't, if we hadn't been in a situation where taking on that risk was possible. And I think that's ultimately sort of why VidCon came from Hank and me and not from another YouTube creator. We were older. We were more experienced in business. We had better, our dad and mom had raised us with really good kind of financial. That's bad. You should never go that way on Autobiolock and Fenwa. When you try to go inside of him, he scores on you. Go to the camera, pretty man. He's big. Whoa. Reevesy there made a bold choice. He's big, he's round, he's worth £1 million. Akinfenwa. Oh, the guy tried to cut inside of him, and Autobiolock and Fenwa has none of that, sir. None of that. He's a clinical finisher, except when he's playing Watford. I think we had a bunch of built-in advantages when it came to being able to take the risk that allowed us to create VidCon. And then the other things were risks of time, not risks of capital. I am very, very conservative when it comes to taking risks with money. But I am not conservative when it comes to taking risks with my time. I like to take risks with my time. I believe in it. Lyle Taylor, a little too unselfish, I would argue. I like to, I like to, and that's what I would say is, be risky with your time, pursue that. It was a very bad foul and there was no punishment and I am angry. pursue your dreams with your time. There are some dreams, I guess, that you need money to pursue. But many of them can be pursued with time. So, like the startup costs for, this is maybe different on YouTube now. I'm so out of touch with what it takes to build an audience on YouTube today. But like the startup costs for us with YouTube were, that's an impossible save. That is not realistic. That was a beautiful cross from Frankenstein. Autobiologic Fenwa with a fantastic, unrealistic. I claim falseness. We never score from corners. Oh! What were you doing there, Akinfenwa? It was interesting. Strange. Ineffective. Anyway, I believe in taking risks with your time. Like the startup cost for Vlogbrothers was $200. Admittedly, we already had computers that we could edit video on, but like we just bought, we bought identical camcorders for $200, and I think you can get about the same. You can get a pretty good quality camcorder for that these days, and like, you probably need better editing software and stuff. So I'm sure the costs have gone up as they tend to do, but another example for me was writing my first book. That was a massive, years of my working life at night and on the weekends. That's just an awful beard. You should not be allowed to be a professional football player until you shave or grow a beard. It's up to you, but you can't live in the middle like that, man. You just can't live in the middle. You got to commit one way or the other. Yeah, so when I was writing my book at night and on the weekends, that was it was a big commitment. It was a big risk of time, but I was investing in something that I really loved and wanted to make work. But like I didn't quit like when it comes to things like quitting your day job, I am uncommonly conservative, and I think like sometimes like it's frustrating to Hank how like little risk I'm willing to take on. The classic example of that we always use in our family is that I wouldn't give Hank $5,000 to own half of his stupid 2D glasses idea, which turned out to be not such a stupid idea, and it's been very lucrative. And I missed the boat on the 2D glasses. I should have hitched my star to that wagon, to use a different metaphor. And if I just, if I just owned half of 2D glasses, I would own AFC Wimbledon. No, I'm just kidding. But like so I think Hank would probably give you a different answer, and he may well be right. But like in general, like I don't like, I like things where the risk is low. So I am pretty conservative, and I don't really buy into the argument that like, you have to give everything to your passion. I think sometimes it's almost, I find it's almost good to have a day job. Like when I'm giving everything to my passion, I start to feel a lot of pressure around that passion that isn't productive for me. It isn't helpful. Now, lots of people disagree with that. There are lots of artists out there. What? Oh, come on. You hug a guy's knees with your knees and suddenly you're a criminal. During the free kicks is my only time to cough, so I'm trying to enjoy that. Yeah, so I don't know. I think for me, like it's nice to, it's nice to be able to inhabit more than one world. Like it's nice to be able, but I understand that that's a function of privilege. Like I'm able to say that because I've had success doing more than one thing and doing things in the way that I've done them. So naturally, it seems to me that is the best way to do it. There are definitely writers out there, especially who I've heard say, if you don't give everything to your writing life, then you're not doing, you're not like doing the job that you could be doing, or you're not being honest to your talent or whatever. And I that they may be right. For me, like I obviously like having a day job, because even now when if I wanted to make money, I would write a book. That's been the case for the last several years, right? Like, I don't make money from online video stuff, and I do make money from books, and if I wanted to make money, I would write a book. And it wouldn't. Whether it was good would be something of an afterthought, at least in terms of getting the advance that you want and everything like that. Oh, off the post! I'll tell you who isn't unselfish when it comes to attacking in the final third. Autobiloc and Fenwa. He's a finisher. He's a born finisher. Everybody's tired, but I'm trying to rest. I'm trying to rest a couple strikers for the next game because we've got to play Watford again. Oh, look at Lyle Taylor. Look at Lyle Taylor opening up space for his friend. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's saved. And we never score from corners. All right, let's use some set piece tactics. I don't know what an edge of box run is exactly, but it didn't work. Never does. Yeah. So I guess what I would say is that I have found that pursuing my dreams and being realistic is not mutually exclusive, but that I understand that I'm able to say that only as a result of like certain privileges that I have enjoyed, some of which are structural and some of which are just like a result of my particular circumstance. And also, the other thing I guess is that we were incredibly lucky. Like Hank and I were just stupid lucky. Speaking of lucky, we just gave up a goal to Bristol Rovers in the 89th frickin' minute. Dang it! We've got some tired legs out there, Meredith. There's no getting around it. I'm going to try to bring on some people to just see if we can put together a goal. Riggsy is not a central midfielder as such, but we're going to go route one with this attempt, so I'm going to bring him on anyway. All right. That's bad. Yeah, Hank and I were just stupidly lucky to happen to start making YouTube videos when we did. And I try to remember that because it didn't, it went the way that it did purely by luck. Oh, wow. T.S. Eliot had about the best 90th minute chance you could hope for, and it just didn't come to fruition. And that is the end of the game. It's a disappointing 1-1 draw for AFC Wimbledon. Bristol Rovers, a stake in the heart in the 89th minute. That guy's working off a cramp, it looks like, or he has an unusual gait. I don't want to judge him. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty devastating for a home game. Not the result that we were looking for. Yeah, but we are going to show some good sportsmanship. Congratulations to Bristol Rovers on their well-deserved point and everything. Pursue your dreams, but also be realistic. Best wishes.